question. Hi Kim, how do you think one can tune in to the initial programming of a simulator? Getting rid of separate selves of illusions? Question mark. You said that the connection with a spiritual octave is automatically restored when you get rid of separate selves. Can you elaborate on this? So just briefly, I have said that the Earth, planet Earth, can be compared to a reality simulator. And what I mean with that is that you have, for example, a flight simulator. You're going into this room that looks like an airplane cockpit with all the buttons and levers and this and that. You sit down, the window is a screen, and there's a programming of that simulator that tells you how to fly an airplane. And the Earth is compared to a much larger scale simulator that also has a certain programming. And the programming on the flight simulator is to program into your mind the mechanics of how you fly an airplane. But the programming of the Earth simulator, the Terra simulator, is to help you grow in consciousness. And right now, and you can say, as I've explained, the Earth was originally created at a much higher level than it is today. It was created at the level of what I call a natural planet, where you didn't have warfare, for example. But then it descended below that because the vast majority of humankind descended into what I call the duality consciousness. So that means that the programming of the Terra simulator has actually changed somewhat, because you can say right now the primary function of the simulator is to help people overcome duality, to help people have the kind of experiences you can have in duality until they've had enough of them and can't stand it anymore and want something higher. But originally, the simulator was programmed to help people raise their consciousness before they had gone into duality. And that original programming is still there, and it's possible for us to tune into it. And basically I would say that many people who have found a spiritual path and are following it in whatever form it takes, they are starting to tune into the original programming. Because they are basically saying, and basically you could say this. I've given this model that there are levels of consciousness, right? And we start out at the 48th level of consciousness. And at that point, we see ourselves as connected to something outside our own minds, our higher selves. So we have a choice there. We can say, oh, what am I connected to? I want to know more about what I'm connected to. So then you raise your consciousness. You go up from the 48th level. For each step you go up, you strengthen your connection to your higher self. The other option you have is you can say, oh, I wonder what it's like to be below the 48th level of consciousness. What would that experience be? And then you can choose to go below that level, and but then you lose the connection to your higher self. You go into what I call separation, where you use the duality consciousness. So that's what most people on Earth have done. And when you're in duality, you can say that you can't learn the way the reality simulator was originally programmed to teach people. Because, as I've also explained, the reality simulator is created by our universal spiritual teachers, the Ascended Masters. And in the original programming, as I said, you are meant to feel that you are connected, and you're increasing your sense of connection. And as you increase your sense of connection, you start to tune into the Ascended Masters, and you start realizing you are working with a specific Ascended Master, and you are learning to tune into that Master and receive instructions directly from the Master. When you go into separation and duality, you lose that connection, so you can't learn that way. So you're only learning through what I call the School of Hard Knocks, where basically you can say you are projecting out, and the simulator, when you project out through duality, acts like a mirror, a cosmic mirror. So whatever you project out comes back to you, often multiplied. And it often comes back through other people, because the central feature of duality is that you see yourself as separate from other people, which means you can very easily see yourself in opposition to other people. And they, of course, see themselves in opposition to other people. So that's why you can see on Earth there are groups of people that have been, like Jews and Arabs, that have been hostile towards each other for thousands of years. Nobody remember how it started, but somebody does something and the other group has to exact revenge, and then the first group takes revenge from the revenge of the second group, and the spiral just keeps going. And this is duality, and it's just a matter of people acting this out until they can't stand it anymore. They've had enough of this. They say there's got to be a better way. And when you tune into the original programming, you tune into the fact that it's possible to attune your mind to something beyond the physical level and receive instructions from there, receive a frame of reference, you could say. This is what I often call the one mind, or the Christ mind, that seeks to unify instead of separate. So the way out of separation is to tune into this one mind, this unifying mind. And it gives you a frame of reference that, will this help me increase my attunement, or will it decrease it? And then you, of course, choose what increases your attunement. So that's tuning into the original programming. Now, the person is saying, how do you tune into it? By getting rid of the separate selves that I'm always talking about, and a separate self is based on illusion. And you can say, yes, that's true. You have said that the connection with the spiritual octave is automatically restored when you get rid of separate selves. Can you elaborate on this? Okay, so what I have explained, including in my video about how the world was created, but also many other videos, is that the core of our being, core of our lower being, is what I call the conscious you, which is neutral or pure awareness. So this conscious you is actually an extension of your spiritual self in the I am presence. And the conscious you descends first to the 144th level. It takes on a certain illusion. Then it descends to the 143rd level. It takes on another illusion, creates another self, and it goes down. So for each step you go down, you're creating a self. Technically, you can say these are just selves that relate to being in a physical body on Earth. Earth is a very dense planet. The physical bodies are very dense. We actually have the four lower bodies: the identity, mental, emotional, and physical. So for each step we go down towards the 48th level, we're taking on an illusion. This isn't a dualistic illusion. It's just an illusion that makes it seem real that that matter is real. That matter has density. And it makes it seem real that we can interact with and operate a physical body. So you descend to the 48th level by taking on a number of illusions and creating these selves. So that's how you can, at the 48th level, you see yourself as a human being, but you also see that you are connected to something. But then when you go into separation, you are creating other selves in order to go into separation, stay into separation, and you can technically go below the 48th level to the lowest level, although most people haven't done that. But still you're creating these separate selves that are based on the illusion that you are a separate being, not a connected being. So what we can say is that if you've gone below the 48th level and you've created these cells based on separation, getting rid of these cells will restore you to the sense that I'm a connected being, I'm connected to something. And then for each time you rise higher on that path of the levels of consciousness, you are you're letting go of one of these illusions that made you think you are a human being in a physical body. And you gradually start to see yourself, you stop identifying yourself with the physical body, with the senses. You stop identifying yourself with your feelings. You stop identifying yourself with your thoughts. You even stop identifying yourself with your sense of identity as a particular human being living in a particular society and culture. And you start seeing yourself as a spiritual being. And as you reach the 96 level, you fully accept that I'm a spiritual being. And so what I'm saying is that you can look at it this way, that your I Am Presence is a sun. And the I Am Presence is constantly shining its light upon you, the conscious you. But you are not consciously experiencing that light because all the selves you have in your emotional, mental, and identity bodies are obscuring the light. So what we can say is, you're down here, your conscious mind is focused on the physical body. That means that when the light comes down from your higher self, it first comes into your identity body, your mental body, your emotional, and then the physical. So that means whatever structures, whatever separate cells, whatever accumulated fear-based energy you have in these three higher levels of the mind will obscure the light, or filter it, color it. So as you raise your consciousness, first you start identifying yourself with the physical body. That means your conscious self is no longer primarily focused on the physical. You might be focused on the emotional. But a little more light shines through then. Then you raise it more, you're focused in the mental level. And finally you raise it to the identity level and you realize you're not a human being. So what I'm saying is, every time you take a step up, you get rid of one of these separate cells that are obscuring the light. So therefore, naturally, the higher you go, the more cells you get rid of. It's not that there's more light as such, but you can now consciously experience it. And that reinforces your experience that I'm not a human being, I'm a spiritual being in a human body. And then you can gradually raise that up to higher and higher levels of self-awareness. So the image of the spiritual path that I found to be very constructive is this. It is natural for me to have contact with my higher self. But it is the contents of my own, the higher levels of my mind, the emotional, mental, and identity that are obscuring that contact or coloring it. And the more I get rid of these by looking at myself, by invoking spiritual light to transform the energies, by overcoming the illusions, the hang-ups in my psychology, the more clear is the contact. The more I become aware that I am that I am up there. I am that being up there. I am not this being down here. But that's because there is less that pulls the attention of the conscious you into something here in the physical realm, or even in the emotional, mental, identity realms. So it is a natural process. Now, this is very important to realize this, as I said. And this is really an important aspect of his teaching of the 144 levels, right? Because you have, for each step you go up, you have to give up a certain illusion. And there are always those who dream of, oh, why should I walk this gradual path? Why don't I just jump way up there? Let me find some magical teaching, some direct path, some secret that has never been taught before except in these remote monasteries in the Himalayas, so I can jump right up there. But you see, the purpose of descending into embodiment on earth is to have the experiences you can have on earth, because it raises the level of awareness of your higher self. So there is a purpose to you taking on one illusion at a time and consciously taking off those illusions again. You have an experience by coming to identify yourself as a human being, even coming to identify yourself as a separate being, and then gradually, consciously rising above that identification. If you jumped from the 48th to the 144th level, you would miss all of those lessons in between. And that's not why you descended in the first place. This is actually the ego that comes up with this idea that there's a shortcut. There's a way to jump right up there. Because it doesn't want to deal with the path. And it's actually trying to make you, the conscious you, believe that you don't have to look at each of these illusions. But that's what you have to do, because that's why you descended in the first place. The whole purpose is, take on an illusion, take off an illusion. Because then you have the experience, you have the experience of being identified as a certain being, and feeling what it's like to be inside that. And then gradually, consciously, you say, oh no, I'm more than this. And the moment you realize you are more than something, your I Am Presence grows. That lesson is embodied in your causal body. And you grow by this, by realizing you are more. But you can't realize you are more until you have fully identified yourself with something less. That's also, when you go through this process, you're actually helping to raise the vibration of the entire sphere we are in. And I explained the different spheres in my video about how the world was created. So it's again this, we are going through the process of taking embodiment on earth for a reason. And jump-starting the whole thing, just skipping all the steps, that's not the purpose. That's not helping us grow, and it's not helping the sphere being raised to the point where it can ascend.